man, I think our thumbnail's done.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I think after the last video, you guys thought the AZ100s by Technics were gone, but namaste, we're DHRME. Don't hurry, we will rescue mighty earbuds.
No, kind of.
Okay, we'll try.
All right. So this video is about all the questions you guys have had, all the feedback you have given, and that's also gone back into our testing, and I've gone and made some comparisons based on what you guys said. So let's go through some of the comments that we are, and it's basically going to read some comments, but also going to test some things through those comments.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So the first one is from Gadgetables.
Yeah, this is one of the most complete premium earbuds. And you'd be right.
Earbuds rescued.
Yeah. Do we? No, okay. No, definitely.
Right?
I think these, like we said in the video, at least in the conclusion, what I listed off were a bunch of things that these really ticked on all fronts. I mean, calls, ANC, comfort, tips, you know, the charging battery situation. I mean, it's got it all. That's for sure. It's just that there was the sound situation.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah. That's the next section.
Okay. Well, we're here.
Yeah. So let's look at Zhahaha603. They say this review was truly different and pointed out where the AZ100s lacked and how your choice in music should determine the buds you get. I kind of agree there. Very, very important. Metal aside, I feel that the Technics sound clean and natural compared to the other options. It's exactly what we said.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks for sharing that opinion. Yep. And then Luthor71 says,
thanks so much for this review. I sent my AZ100 back after 3 days of intense testing. There was no way I could make them sound the way I wanted them to. Not even an additional multiband equalizer app helped. To me, they sounded extremely sterile and, no pun intended, too technical. They sounded bright, yet without sparkles in the highs. As my favorite style of music is classic rock too, for that genre of music, these buds punch below their promised weight.
Yeah, so there's somebody who agrees with us. And there's also something we want to say actually through this video is that a lot of the talk on the internet is how these are perfect for sound. And I don't know why everybody's doing that. No one does that with any other earbuds, but somehow this has a cult following.
Yep.
And I just,
But it's nice to see, right? It's not alone, and there are others that see this as well.
Yeah, The Best Player says, I completely agree with you about the sound quality. And they far prefer the AZ80s and the FreeBuds Pro 4. Yeah. And FreeBuds 4 are, the latter I think are underrated because they are not as bass prone as other buds people are used to. That's true. It feels a bit quiet in the bass region, more sub-bass. Furthermore, with AZ100, I experienced some random pop in the left buds. This was present on the samples I tried at the first substituted by Amazon. A couple of comments on pops.
Yeah,
we don't have that, but a couple of comments saying there are some pops in the earbuds, but let us know. We don't have that issue.
No.
And then our friend Patrick Macho.
Finally, someone telling the same as me. Guitars sound like they are at the end of a tunnel. I tried to listen to some metal bands, mentions a couple, Bullet for My Valentine, Gojira, Five Fingers, Death Punch, Creator, etc. And the guitars sounded so bad. The double bass drum sounded with distortion and impossible to add more bass because the distortion rised too. Sorry for bad English, I speak French. Et oui, je suis un petit Québécois. Thank you guys for these reviews. Good job.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks for your comment, Patrick.
All right, another one is Copenhagen72.
Yeah.
Technics AZ80 was overhyped on YouTube. I returned them back to Amazon because it was not better than the 3 times cheaper Earphone Air Pro 4. Again, one of our favorite buds, also in terms of sound.
Yeah.
Expected new level of sound quality, but nothing got above earphone. No more single driver TWS. They are all the same, they say. That's interesting. This is a single dynamic driver, so there's not many out there anymore.
Okay.
Most people have switched to multi-drivers, even JBL. So I don't know. I'm not so hung up on what kind of driver it is.
Yeah.
They sound good to me. They sound good to me, but
yeah,
I think there's some sort of point there.
And there's something to be said about a premium category of buds, right? At $299, you're looking at this, Sony, Bose, JBL, like a certain group of things. And then the moment you take them out of that bubble and you start looking at what else there is on offer, niche brands, or at least brands that the masses wouldn't know, like Earphone or Soundcore and stuff like that, it brings it really into perspective. And then it's like, what am I really getting more for 3 times more? Am I getting 3 times more features and performance?
Never.
I mean, we've said it before on the channel. We made a couple of videos about you can get great buds under $99. So yeah, again.
Then Virion18 says, My take on the AZ100s, the AZ100s represent a significant evolution over the already formidable processor the predecessor AZ80s included.
Wait a minute.
Tactile depth. What?
Add a visceral quality to the listening experience.
Nah.
Let's.
Like this last line, in terms of comfort, for secure yet non-fatiguing for audiophiles and casual listeners alike.
All right, pull it up.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. AI text detector. Let's do this. Let's take this guy.
There it is. We knew it.
Who uses words like compelling?
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody types
Nobody.
compelling.
Or non-fatiguing.
Yes, and this exact same comment was also on a community post.
Yeah.
So there is
So thank you, ChatGPT, for being in our comment section.
Yeah. Okay, there's another one about sound. I confirm I do not enjoy music with mine and just returning it. I don't even consider them clean. There's something going on wrong here, like a constant distortion of sound. For me, equalizer makes this weird sound processing even worse. Very disappointed with them, especially that fit and comfort is superb. Also, ANC uncomfortable in the noises like door shutting, which you will get a lot when traveling. Okay, I don't know about that one, but
No.
another person who thinks the sound is something like what we are using. Now, there's a bunch of you, and maybe we're not going to read all of these comments, who say that the sound experience that I had was more related to the frequency response, right? So, 666 says, awesome review, love the quick guitar audio samples. I very much hear what Rohan is talking about. The AZ100 sound kind of smooth over and less gritty. And in my opinion, this has a lot to do and can be explained by the frequency response in general. That overall warm and inarticulate bass or lower mids combined with the subdued upper mids or lower treble. This area between 2 kHz to 6 kHz is a bit quieter. And basically, this person, I think Villain, Trekin, Big Shoots, Breaky, What the Fragrance, all of these guys are kind of saying the same thing.
Okay.
Which is if you raise the 2 to 4 kilohertz part,
Should fix the.
it should fix it, and I did test that.
Okay.
And they are partially right.
Uh-huh.
So yes, the sound does get much better. I think, in my view, if you boost the 2.5 to 4K, there are 2 bars in the app, and that already helped. So you can use another EQ maybe. But for me, it did not fix the smoothing effect. So yes, the guitars sound a bit more like guitars. So you do get that kind of higher frequency, but you don't get that bite.
Okay.
So somebody mentioned transients. I think that's what's happening. The transients are getting crushed or whatever. But again, I'm not a technical expert. I know what I hear, and I can still hear that smoothing effect. It's much better though if you fix the 2.5.
Percentage-wise, how much do you think it's fixed?
80%?
80% fixed.
Yeah, so it does appear to be much better. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
And for most people, it should be okay. Not for me.
Decent?
Not for me.
Not for you though. Still.
One other
So you
observation.
stick to your.
I stick to my
Okay.
thing.
Then-
But another observation I had, it's also a nuance on this, is that smoothing effect is much lower or is much worse
Yeah.
at lower volumes.
Okay.
Once you go to like kind of the mid volume range,
Yeah.
I think the drivers perform a bit better. Yeah, that's it. Those
Yeah.
comments.
So those were the comments that you guys had on this video, and us just kind of responding to those. Overall, we stick to the conclusion in the video. Thanks for, the tips on trying to improve the sound. As Rohan said, improved it somewhat, but still doesn't change the opinion. And of course, nice to see that we weren't alone in our experience as well. So thanks for speaking out and sharing that. Special thanks to our Popsicle Icicle, but a very special thanks goes out to our tested folks over here on screen, somewhere there, here. And a very, very special thanks goes out to our Fuckman tier, which is our highest tier that we have. And that thanks goes to
Paula, Gamma Panda, and Rachel. Thank you so much. Yeah, you've been speaking out.
And we've been DHRME.
Do we?
Yeah.
Man, I think our thumbnail's done.
Cool.
Yeah.